Cheryl, before we begin, thank you all for being here. We hope that today's conversation provides ideas, perspectives, and practical takeaways. Today, we're going to introduce two big topics to frame our panel conversation. First off, operational excellence, what it means, why it matters, and how NDIs can scale. As a professor of mine at Stanford noted, operational excellence is not about increasing speed. It's about building systems that help teams execute consistently, measure what matters, and improve over time. In fact, scaling excellence requires a compelling story and a solid system to make it consistent. Now we have that definition, let's move into the operational discipline that makes operational excellence real, change management. The playbook gives us a practical roadmap, manage change, govern with discipline, protect time, redesign the operational model, and measure impact. Operational excellence is clearly a leadership choice. It shows up when teams have clear roles, the right metrics, and shared commitment to improvement. If we want excellence to scale, we need more than good intentions. We need a story and systems that survive over time. Here's a challenge. Live today with one process to simplify, one metric to sharpen, and one behavior to standardize. With that, let's get on with the panel discussion. We are fortunate to be joined by incredible experts who bring proven experience to the topic. First, we have Fred Daniels, Executive VP and Chief Credit Officer of Citizens Trust Bank. And Justin Jennings, Executive VP and Chief Deposit Officer at Citi First Bank. Also joining us are Chris Conti and Jennifer Shinman, Senior Directors at Cornerstone. Here's the first question for the panel. In your experience, what is operational alignment and of people, process, and technology most challenging in your organization? Let's start with you, Fred. Please give us a short bio and then your initial remarks. We'll go to Justin, Jennifer, and Chris next. Fred, over to you.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Fred Daniels. I'm the Executive Vice President over Information Security and the bank's Chief Credit Officer. Technology is obviously a very important area for our bank and for our continued growth. There are challenges that we encounter on a daily basis as it relates to really making sure that we are moving directionally in the right path for our customers, for our associates in the bank, and really the overall path for growth that we're trying to achieve as an organization in terms of within our strategic plan. So I think that as you try to move down the path of making sure that everyone is aligned in the organization, that all your systems are aligned, and really trying to make sure that each, department, associate, and software is aligned and getting the most efficient use within the organization is one of the major challenges that's out there. We talk about data and making sure that your data is aligned so that you can take advantage of RPAs and AI, which are very general terms, but it's thrown out there pretty haphazardly in terms of trying to move the organization forward. I think that making sure that the whole institution, again, is diametrically aligned in terms of the communication internally, in terms of where you're trying to take the organization, and really understanding what that mission is in terms of trying to find the efficiency and productivity that you want to get out of technology is absolutely critical as we go forward.
Thank you.
Yep, and hope everybody can hear me. Good morning, I think, or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching. Appreciate the opportunity. First and foremost, the National Bankers Association, Cheryl and Miguel, thank you so much for giving Fred and I the space to share with the Cornerstone folks and sharing our perspectives. I'm Justin Jennings. I am the Chief Deposit Officer and Executive Vice President at City First Bank. I've been in the industry for around 25 years. I spent 18 years with JP Morgan before moving to a community bank where I had the opportunity to really learn some of the important factors around operational management. At this previous institution, I served as the operations executive, overseeing loans, deposits, the client contact center, treasury management, as well as other foundational aspects to ensure the bank was scalable to go from 8 billion up to 18 billion. One of the areas that I think really excited to talk about today that serves as a roadblock in many situations is fragmentation, right? So you think about fragmented services, fragmented technology, and the lack of connectivity between the systems and investments that we make. One of the most important facets of operations management is understanding the process overall, how things are expected to work, when things are expected to work, and who they're expected to work for. And those structural foundational pieces are things that can get overlooked when we think about the fragmented technology that we invest in. So, really, as I envision and what we're trying to work through here, and really a huge credit to the National Bankers Association for ensuring that we have the ability to have these conversations, is how do we create that consistency? How do we look at things from an enterprise-wide perspective to ensure that we're investing in the right technology that enhances the effective processes to serve our internal and external people for the best outcomes in our communities?